listeners, welcome to another episode of the BioRural podcast. In this episode, we focus on Proservation, a bio-based solution that won first place in the 𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐬𝐸 Bioeconomy Challenge that took place during the previous months in Brussels. To explore Proservation even more and learn more about it, I'm very happy to welcome Henning Tschunt, core member of the Proservation team. Henning, welcome to the BioRural podcast and thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. A warm welcome from my side as well. Thanks to the audience for having me. Glad to be here.
So, to start our discussion, can you briefly describe the key elements of Proservation and what inspired you to develop it?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I would say what inspired us to develop our solution is the shared awareness of the problem. Because I don't know if the audience knows too much about what we are doing, but we try to substitute specific plastic packaging, and especially in the shock absorbing and upholstery area. There's, for example, expanded polystyrene, which is called styrofoam, is really market dominant here, but it comes with some drawbacks, especially when it comes to the fossil base that it is, energy intense, and when it comes to the disposal, it's still a huge problem. Most of it gets burned, while having a really short use phase, just to protect the good during transportation from A to B. And we thought it is time for a natural alternative for these packaged goods, since you need to protect some heavy fragile goods during transport. So there is a huge need, growing need, but a problem when it comes to the plastic pollution. I think a lot of people are aware of these problems. So the substitution of plastic material in the cushioning sector with a natural alternative, a bio-based product, this is what we are doing, and therefore we are revaluing a side stream from local grain processing.
And Proservation is located in Germany only?
Right now we are sitting in Stuttgart in the southwest of Germany, and this is where our only location is so far, but of course we plan to expand over the next years.
Great, thank you very much for this introduction. And how does your idea contribute to the concept of circular bioeconomy?
Usually, or not usually, but generally speaking, our idea just reflects the key principles of circularity. So we are using a side stream, a residue material, which has no economic value in this sense, and revalue it. We substitute plastic with it, and we have a compostable solution that can go into the natural circle again. And you can answer this by bringing up these R strategies: reduce, reuse, recycle. And what I would say, what we do most is refuse. So we abandon fossil-based packaging and replace it with a bio-based alternative. We rethink, so we question existing solutions in any way and dare to go new ways and try new approaches. And we do some repurposement as well. So we give grain husks a new life, and as an unused natural residue material, we put it into a meaningful new purpose by creating some packaging elements out of it.
And I understand from what you're saying that Proservation is 100% circular, right?
Of course, there's always areas of improvement, and I would not say that we are 100% circular. There are some things when it comes to our processes, of course, internal things that we can step up and be always better, of course. But when it comes to our value proposition and the idea of our product itself, I would say it reflects a lot of circularity ideas. Yeah.
What do you believe makes your idea so innovative and makes it stand out among other ideas?
Maybe I can show it just into the camera real quick, that the audience is knowing. Like, this is what the product is looking like. It's just a little plate where I put my coffee on each day. So what makes it really unique is that we use the grain husks in the way they accumulate at the mills. So we don't do anything too much with it, because in the first processing step, usually at the mills, the corn needs to be separated from the husk, and then the husk accumulates in the mills in rather huge quantities. And what we do then is just to bring it together with our own ecological binder. And this is something completely new. So we have a European patent on this, which underlies this thesis that it's a new approach. But as far as we know, we don't know any other companies or approaches that have done it in this way. Because usually if you have approaches with grain husks, in the first step they try to destroy, for example, the grains to process this in a different way. But we try to leave it as it comes from the mill, as natural as possible, because we need the cavities, the natural grown cavities, because they provide the shock absorbing properties of our material in the end.
And now I would like us to connect Proservation and BioRural. How did participating in the BioRural regional workshop and of course in the final event help your idea develop even more?
Yeah, thanks for this question, and I'm really thankful that we have been part of BioRural. Me personally, unfortunately, I've not taken place at the regional workshop, but my co-founder Sophia and Anniki from our team have been there, and they reported that it was a really, really good session, fruitful input, nice connections, especially the work on the business, like product market fit and business modeling when it comes to scaling was really insightful. Some good hints on presentation and pitching, especially in an international audience, always fruitful. And then at the finals in Brussels, that was a really nice event where I have taken place as well. And we are still in contact with some coaches that are helping us to bring our solution to scale. We are still in contact with some teams that we have met there, some different teams from all over Europe, have inspiring exchange about similar challenges, of course, that we all are facing, especially during this early stage phases as a startup. And yeah, to sum it up, I would just say it's been a quite fruitful and really helping participation at the BioRural program.
This is very nice to hear. And what did this experience offer you, both personally and professionally? I mean, you mentioned the connections and the inspiration probably, or sharing the challenges that early stage businesses face. But would you like to expand a little bit more on that?
Yeah, of course. Like personally, it's always a challenge to present this approach into in a new environment in English. Like I'm not a mother tongue speaker with an international audience in a great place like Brussels. This was quite impressive and nice for us. So I think that helps me to be more easy the next time I will pitch it on a local stage, for example. So this is one thing personally I took from it. Of course, the networking with different people, different backgrounds, it's always good to learn and to connect to new people. And yeah, the benefits for the business, there's not the final word is not spoken there, I would say, because we don't know yet about what will grow from these connections that we have so far. But I can tell, especially the work with the coaches, the follow-up work that we are still in the connection with, this is really helpful for us when it comes to bringing our solution to different markets and to internationalize it. For example, using different grain types, not only spelt husks, but different husks. Yeah, and building some relationships, some partners, getting some contacts, doing some calculations, and this is really helpful on the professional side, I would say.
I'm sure about that, and it's really inspiring to hear all these benefits that you had from participating and actually winning the EU Bioeconomy Challenge. And now I have to ask you, how do you feel about winning, being the first place winner in the EU Bioeconomy Challenge?
Yeah, how do I feel about winning? That's not, of course, a really great feeling. I'm overwhelmed and really happy, especially with regard to these great and different approaches from all over Europe, different teams. And we have made the first place. That's an honor. That's an extinction, and it's really it's a pleasure for us, not only for me but for the whole team. I remember when I came back from Brussels to the team and told that we have won it. It was a really exciting moment. Everyone was excited, and it helps us to stay motivated and to believe in our way, in our path, because if so many different people and experts in the bioeconomy field are seeing it the same way, that we are on something and that this solution has some huge potential, that it gives motivation and helps to believe, especially in times when it's challenging, that we are on the right path.
And of course, it's very valuable when you have so nice competitors that have a purpose-driven business, and winning in such case makes it even more fantastic, I would say.
Yeah, you're completely right. Yeah.
Great. And now one last question before we finish our discussion for today. Are you having anything planned for the future? Any next steps for scaling your idea?
Yes, definitely. There's of course a lot in the pipeline. We're in the midst of this phase from pilot stage to scale up our solution. So this year we plan to start our first demo industrial plant, which will produce our material in way huger quantities, so we can scale it up by 800% just in one shift with this bigger plant. And then we are finally able to provide some middle-sized companies, some middle-sized projects with our solution, because so far this has always been a challenge for us, since we have been in this manufacturing scale. But now we're stepping up and we want to optimize it, and it's all about process development, process optimization when it comes to the technical scale. And at the same time, when this plant is running the way we want, of course it's important to decentralize our approach, because packaging needs to be where packaged goods are produced. So what we plan is to have a decentralized production network with different partners, and we are planning or working a lot on this concept right now, having some elements of licensing, for example, or some contract manufacturing is possible as well. And we are still looking for some more partners, but we have some partners already with which we are working on how this concept could look like and could be beneficial economically and ecologically, of course, as well. And it's a really exciting time for Proservation, because it's the next step beyond only the seed phase into the scale phase. And this is, of course, challenging, but a really exciting phase as well.
So it's a milestone moment for Proservation, and you're actually making the next step and scaling up your business. So congratulations on all these achievements, and thank you for letting us being a part of your company and this bio-based innovation that you're actually implementing through Proservation.
Yeah, the thank is on my side. Thanks for all your support from BioRural.
Thank you, and for being here today with us and sharing all your experiences with our audience.
It's been my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And as for you, dear viewers and listeners, thank you very much for watching this episode. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.